guys, I'm Samantha.
I'm Alexa.
And we started this YouTube page, Conscious Hearts, because we wanted to share our experiences and for anybody who will listen and who can resonate with us.
We're ultimately on a healing journey and would like to share everything we do in our daily lives so that maybe in the future it can help benefit someone else's life.
Yeah.
Truly. Like, that's really what it comes down to.
Exactly.
We met, I don't know how long ago?
It's gotta be like 4 years now.
4 or 5 years ago.
4 or 5 years ago. Fun fact, we actually met in a pharmacy. And we've been best friends ever since.
Ironically enough, in a pharmacy.
Yeah.
Because we believe in the alternative.
Yeah.
So,
not at the time, though.
Well, no, because we were learning things
Yeah.
still, and that environment was definitely something that was beneficial for our
Pushed
growth.
us into our growth.
Yeah, so we knew what we were kind of...
Yeah. I feel like we've gone through our journey, our wellness journey, like together through everything. You know, she's helped me in
sure.
aspects that she's been through, and, you know, we've really grown together.
Yeah, we became like sisters, really, like soul
sisters.
sisters, because it's like, you know, when you have like-minded individuals that are kind of pushing forward for that same vision, it feels really comforting, and I don't think that it would really be able to do it without support. So I think it's important for everyone to have that, like, friend, 2 friends, whatever, how many friends you want, but as long as they're super supportive, you know, of your vision and your healing, because we all need healing at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And to be aware of that is super important.
So that's what this is all about. We've both been through experiences that we think, obviously we're not perfect. We aren't giving like the best advice on here. That's not what this is for. It's mostly to just go over what we've learned from our experiences, and maybe it could help someone out there. I know talking about going through things helps a lot, and I think that's the stigma in today's like society, that we're not meant to share what we're going through or talk about our feelings, and we kind of want to like branch out and make it known that it's okay to do that, and kind of incorporate the oils and how to get through things and how to help you and your body get into your own journey of wellness.
Yeah, and sorry to cut you off. It's okay. It's not even just like, not just finding those friends, it's connecting with people, because like you said, a lot of people aren't really not, you know, so eager to jump out and say, well, this is what I'm going through, this is how I'm feeling, this is where I'm at in my life, and I need to share that, and I want to be open about it, because a lot of people kind of close themselves in and don't really relay the message to people who aren't even important to them. You know, you could even be in a relationship or your parents and you don't even share how you feel with them. So I think it's important to have this like highlighted in our videos that you know, mental illness, not even an illness, but mental issues or just like hurdles that we face, right?
Emotional, like, baggage, I guess.
I wouldn't call it an illness.
Baggage.
I wouldn't even call it an illness, because the society we've been born into is the illness.
I feel like a lot of us also think our way into like all these bad things. Like today, for instance, I kept telling myself I didn't want to go to Brooklyn for work, and that I was having a bad day because I felt this morning, and then I was like, I'm having a terrible day, and then something else happened, and I just kept manifesting bad things keep happening to myself today, and then I like sat back, and Steven actually texted me this thing like to breathe like 3 times and then tell myself something I'm grateful for, and you actually feel your body shift into a different like.
It's so true.
You know, you really do, and you kind of like take like a step back and you're like, wow, I really do have everything I need. It's not as bad as I think it is, and your day can turn around if you put like your mind. What we tell our mind manifests into reality.
Right,
like,
our minds are super powerful and we don't give it enough credit. Like with my health, you know, it's very easy to sit there and beat yourself up because you're in a certain situation and you feel like, oh, well, I put myself here or something like.
Yeah. Like, do people ever feel like you're in, like, autopilot mode? Like, you're, like, driving and you're like, oh, my God, how did I get here? Like, humans think, I think it's, like, 80,000 thoughts a day, and, like, 8% of those are the same thoughts that you had yesterday, and yet the day before that, and the day before that, and, like, we don't realize that we're, like, literally putting ourselves in autopilot because you're thinking the same thoughts.
And you're not changing the habit or the pattern.
Exactly.
Because we have patterns, right? We all have thought patterns that manifest as whatever it may be. For some people, it may be, I need to do better at work, or I need to...
Some people aren't even that nice to themselves. Like, I never used to be that nice to
No,
myself.
I'm not saying it's going to be like that. I didn't want to be OD, but I guess, he can be very mean. Can get to be very nasty with yourself at
And I
times.
think that's where this journey kind of starts. It's with yourself and how you speak to yourself.
Noticing those patterns that are going on in your mind and how it's manifesting in your reality or even in your physical body, because we hold tension in our muscles, our cells have memory, and when you finally understand that they are connected, the mind and the body, you can start to realize, like, okay, my thoughts are affecting me. Now, how is it affecting those around me as well?
Exactly.
So,
and our thoughts, our stress alone, just like, it makes us sick. It's like a known fact. Our liver actually stores all of our emotions. So it's a known thing that your stress and all of that emotional stress and everything that you're holding on to can actually make sickness and illness a thing. Like, that's where it stems from. We don't get sick overnight.
It's energetic first, and then it becomes physical.
Exactly.
And I think in our culture, we've at least been grown into. You work all week on that autopilot, and then you go out on the weekends and drink yourself numb because you're like, well, I'm just gonna relax, right? Like, I don't want to deal with it. But like, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with choosing what you'd like to do in your own life. You eat what you want, you drink what you want. But there are consequences to the choices we make at times. Whether it be eating an excessive amount of junk food, there's going to be a consequence to that.
Totally.
Or if it's drinking an excessive amount of alcohol. If you don't feel it right away, there's eventually going to become a consequence. And like you said, the liver storing emotion, the liver is also filtering out your toxins every single day and trying to keep you clean and healthy internally. And when you put it under that much stress, whether it be something like alcohol, and then on top of it, say you're super stressed out and emotional, it's going to be taxed to the max. Like, for real. And we don't notice it.
We've both been like, I feel like we both have gone through something that kind of woke us up to believing that,
Or, I mean, for me at least, it was a physical awakening, because it wasn't like my mind said one day, hey, there's a mind-body connection. You should just start being healthier and thinking healthier and manifesting healthier relationships. But no, it was a physical manifestation first of how toxic my mind and body was. And that's how it kind of unfolded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's beautiful, really.
So happy to be on this journey with you.
There's many people out there that are really waking up and realizing. And like, I said it today to someone. I said, I've been so blessed with the females around me, my friends, everyone has really shown me how true people can be.
I believe that.
How much love there can be shared and connection can be made, because, growing up for me, I had good friends. I'm not going to say I didn't have good friendships and great friends, but there wasn't really soul connections at the time.
It's different now, especially with like how we've been aware of like how we need to change ourselves, and we've surrounded ourselves with like groups of women who teach you how to deal with like anxiety, and who teach you how to deal with like the spiritual side of life, and how to like look at life and believe in things instead of daunting on things that are going on right now and doubting. Exactly.
That's something every time Victoria and I sit down for a meal, she'll say one thing you're grateful for.
I love that. I love saying one thing I'm grateful for, and like one thing that I liked for the day, like one thing that you're grateful for.
And it's really nice to reflect, because then you start a conversation too. It's like, oh, I'm grateful for my job because of XYZ. And you can get really into why you're happy with certain aspects of your life. And
because gratitude is the open door to abundance.
Exactly, because what you resist persists, and what really what you focus on will continue to happen. So if you're focusing on how poor you are, broke you are, money is not going to flow to you easily.
No. And if you keep saying that I don't have money and I can't afford this, then you're really not going to be able to afford anything. I feel like that's the law of attraction is like something that has just like, that's been like my biggest, I feel like, lesson in the beginning of all. Yes, mind hack. It's like crazy to think, but it's so true. Like, think about it. Every time something good happens to you, you're like, yes, and more good things are going to happen, and then more good things will happen.
You're in the flow.
But it also has to come from, like, your mind. That's where we come back to our mind, because, like, if you change your thoughts and you think, like, opportunities are around me every single day, and, like,
I'm blessed,
I'm going to have a good day,
then I feel grateful, and I have good people
you're
around me.
You're rewiring your brain, exactly, to have different opportunities and meet different people. Yeah,
ultimately.
Exactly.
Like, you know, I, like, with this job I just got with babysitting, I feel absolutely blessed. I really do.
You seem so happy too.
I really feel so blessed. Like, I, wouldn't have thought that, I've always loved being around children, babysat for years.
Yeah.
But there's something about these two. I'm like, I feel like light is just brought, And that's something that's beautiful about working with children. Too.
Yeah.
Children bring such light.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's something we really, I know that that's something we lose as we get older, and we get kind of like ingrained by the outside world, and you get told, no, that's bad, or no, that's good,
you can't
or
do this.
Stop dreaming, kid, like.
I feel like everyone reaches that age where, like, everyone's like, all right, enough dreaming, like, let's get down to realistic.
But it really depends on your family and the way that you've been, I feel, conditioned in a way, because there are people out there that tell their kids you can literally do anything you want.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? So they grow up and they feel that and they know that. But then there's also alternatives, like, say you or I, where it's like, well, you really should do this, or maybe you should do that. And it's like, well, what I'm doing ain't good enough. Like,
It's stepping out of what everyone else thinks is good for you and realizing what's good for you and what brings you happiness. Like, at the end of the day, you have to do what makes you happy.
And what's best for you.
Yeah.
That's it.
So true. So we wanted to thank you guys for watching. We are going to have many more videos of talking about different things, maybe even some guests, and we really hope you'll...
shedding light, really.
Exactly. Be the light, I like to say.
Yeah.
So we hope you guys will subscribe below, comment, let us know what you think, and join us every Sunday for a Sunday sesh with Sam and Lex.
Be well. Thanks, guys.